But I gotta show you this.
The shocks? I don't think that's supposed to stay like that, dude. That could easily. Look at that. That's crazy. That's definitely bad. Check these out too. Absolutely hideous, bro. Boom! Welcome, guys. Today we have another video on FAPO coilovers. Today we're doing the rears, and I just want to show you guys something really quick. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to lift this with one hand. Yeah, I'm gonna show you that now. So the whole assembly moves up and down with just my hand. So those are shitty things. Number two, these seem like spray painted cut springs, from what I can tell, because I can easily wiggle that left to right. So, and that boot in there is not sitting correctly at all. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to do this, and we're gonna get right into it. So you got your 14 mil nut here, and I think you have what's this? I think that's a welded nut on there, so you don't have to take that out. You just gotta take this 14 out from this end, jack this up a little bit. That's why I have a free jack right here. So I'm gonna lift this up, take the 14 out, take that 14 out. I think there's a nut at the end. No, that's also welded onto the control arm, so that's nothing to worry about. This thing should move freely, and then from the top you just loosen this comes out, and that spring should come out right after. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'll return back with the video, and I'll show you what these pieces look like. That part number, I'm gonna have to look it up. That's what I'm gonna do right after this video, and see what it is. I think that's an OEM part number, but probably not. That spring looks cut and spray painted, so I'm gonna take that out, do a little bit of investigating on that, and we have new boots, so that boot should be fine. That bottom boot is getting a replacement boot, so thankfully we shouldn't have any issues down there. Peace out. I'll be back. So good news for me, I stripped the top knuckle bolt, being a complete jerkhead. So I had to get a whole new socket set and strip set, because the socket set that I had in the strip set didn't have the 14, and I think that's an upsell point for them to give you an impact set with the 14 and a different set, for sure. And then hey, you get yourself trapped. Sorry, talking to my dog. So that's what I got now, and I got a whole new impact set. The other side, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably just gonna keep that and collect, I guess, like everybody else does. So time to get this upper knuckle. So when you guys get stuff like this that are all stripped out, my best advice to you is put the strip socket set on it, hammer it, and impact it out, and it should just come out just fine. Do not use a 12-point socket. Do not, because you will strip it. Use a 6-point socket. I'll give it to you guys back in a bit, and we'll take this right off. It was just a little hiccup, and look at that. Where's the bushing even at? Oh my gosh, I just took out this wheel. To this, how close were you? And this is on the gas tank side. You trying to blow up, my dude? Oh gosh. Moment Super here. I'm adding this on to the video before we get to the review and getting on the drive and stuff like that, because I realized later on I didn't really give too much information. I just kind of showed you guys what was wrong with the car. So I'm gonna tell you right now how to do this is gonna be the okay way to do it. There's better ways, but I'm gonna teach you guys the way how I did it. So take the wheel off. You're gonna jack it up, and you're gonna remove that knuckle bolt first. Jack it up on the knuckle, not all the way, just slightly, so that I can rest on it. And you're gonna get a impact. My best advice to you guys is get WD-40, let it sit overnight, and get to doing the job the next day. If you can do that. If you're doing this right now and you're watching this video just to get a little bit of advice on how to do it, then get WD-40, let it sit maybe for like an hour. Charge your power tools, get your stuff organized for the day so you can get the job done. And that should be enough time to get the PV Blast to let it sit on there, or the WD-40. Grab your impact, because that's not going to come out with the breaker bar. I'm going to tell you right now. I've tried with the breaker bar, and you're probably going to have to stand on it to get it out. Anyhow, grab your impact wrench. Take it out. Should come out more with these now than the WD-40. And go from the bottom. It's going to be a 14 millimeter again, both for the knuckle, both for the shock. 14, WD-40 that, let it sit for like an hour. Hit all these spots beforehand before hitting the job, but if not, wait an hour. Zip that out. Now from the top, you're going to have to get a 5 millimeter Allen wrench on top. Get a 14 millimeter wrench and start loosening the nut. If you have a ratcheting wrench, even better. But it doesn't take that much time, maybe like 10 minutes to unlock the nut. But if you're trying to save a couple minutes, then get a ratcheting wrench. So that shock should come out. Now, my best advice for you guys, if you're doing this, is remove the brake line. There's going to be a 12 millimeter right on the frame of the body. And then pop out that line, the hard line. And then unclip the ABS sensor that's on the knuckle. Unclip it from the whatever. There's a bracket, I think that's on there. Unclip it. And then start pushing down on the knuckle. So when you start pushing down on the knuckle, your next thing is going to have to be removing the caliper. Because when you push down on the knuckle, the shock won't have enough room to get away from the knuckle. So you're going to have to remove the caliper so that you can wiggle enough room to get the shock out. It's a little bit of a pain, but not really. You just got to be patient. If you're not patient for this job, then you're probably going to be super frustrated like I did. The shock should come out. Now, the challenging part is pressing down on the knuckle to try and get the spring out. This is where I recommend getting a long pry bar, because the pry bar is going to avoid your fingers getting all mangled up. I got scared. I almost demangled my fingers doing it. So, pry bar the spring out towards, if I'm holding my phone. I'll give you a good example right here. We'll use a remote example. If this is the car right here, and the spring is right here, the spring's sitting right here, you want to pop it towards the, if you're working on the exhaust side of the spring, pop it away from the exhaust. Because if you pry it towards the exhaust, it's not going to come out. You have to pry it away towards the exhaust to where you guys will see what the control arm looks like. To the more steeper end of the control arm, so that will pop out that way. Because if you try to pop it up, it's not. It's just going to get too much tension. It's going to pop in place. So once the spring comes out, you put the shock in first. Put the shock in first. And from the top, do your adjustment. So put the 5 millimeter in. And tighten the 19 millimeter nut. That's what it came with my kit. The 19 millimeter nut. You tighten it. Make sure it's secure there. I reused my bushings for the top and the bottom. The only thing I didn't reuse was the washers and the nut, because it's different threads. And the crown thing washer that's OEM from Honda will not fit into that shock. So you have to use their provided washers. So tighten that up. Now from the bottom, you're going to realize that you're going to have room. Don't adjust it yet. So you're going to have to pick up the arm, put in your spring with the coilover piece on top that sits on the frame, and then make your adjustment there, whatever roughly you want to do, like a 2-inch drop or 1-inch drop, whatever you want to do. That's why you always have to have a measuring tape. That's why I have a measuring tape. I got it for $3 at Carl's True Value. And jack it up. Run the bolt. Run the knuckle bolt. See how everything looks. Tighten everything down. Then make your adjustments with the wrench reasonably. And then with the shock body, if everything is tightened down, you're going to have to grab it by the body of the shock and twist it. I think it's this way. Whatever that way is. I don't know. Towards this way. So you're going to grab the body and twist it that way, like that. And then it should bring it up, and then twist it away to bring it down. And that should be it. Based on my experience with adjusting these and getting the proper adjustment is try to make it as even as possible. It's not going to be super even. Just because of the fact of the dynamics of the rear suspension, and these are coilovers, so you can adjust them in numerous type of ways in the dynamics of the suspension. You're not going to get it 100% exact. So my best advice to you guys, if you're putting this together, If it's like an inch, if it's like a millimeter off or a centimeter off, then just deal with it. It doesn't make that much big of a difference either way. And that's it. And you should be good to go. Make sure you're twerking. Make sure you're twerking everything down to spec. You can look them up online. You'll find them in the forums. And you should be good to go. We're going to be heading back now towards the drive half of the review. So if you guys liked the video, drop it below. And let's get to the review. Whatever that is. Hey guys, so I'm doing the review on the FAPO coilovers. I installed the rears, and we're just gonna see how they feel. So I raised it up just due to the fact that I just raised it up due to the fact that winter is coming soon in Connecticut, so I needed something to raise up for a bit. We're just taking out a couple bumpy roads that I'm familiar with in Torrington. Oh my god. They actually don't even feel half bad. Yeah, they don't feel half bad at all compared to the stock setup on these. Wow, these feels actually pretty damn good. I really have no complaint when it comes to these. So far, so good. I'm gonna make a left over here. They don't feel too bad. They're good. So far, my one-day review on installing the rears and the fronts. They don't feel bad at all. Like honestly, if you're in a tight budget, these are pretty great. I'm not gonna lie to you, for the amount of money that you're getting them for. Can't really complain. I would honestly give these, I'd have to try them cornering, but we're just trying them onto some little roads right now, really. People right now like, damn, dude, put on your seatbelt. Yeah. So I'm gonna be merging these videos together. It's a set of like 3 videos, really. Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna try going uphill now. Heading back to my house now. They don't feel too bad. If you're picky about coilovers, these aren't that bad. I really have no complaint about these. They handle pretty well. And again, for something that's gonna pick up your height, if you're on lowering springs, mine were absolutely in bad condition. Like my struts in the back were blown. The springs were like spray painted red so they could look sporty. And it's just like, it's just so absurd how people just build their stuff, you know? Especially like on a budget. Like, why would you just leave blown shocks in the back unless you like truly don't care? So I really have no complaint over these. Again, this is my one-day review on the rears. So once winter passes by, once I give them a couple months, then I think that would be the honest review. That would give you like a really, really good idea on how these work. But so far, so good again. I have no complaint over these. I really have no complaint over these. If you're looking for something on a tight budget, these are perfect for a tight budget. These are great. I would rate them 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of replacing the rears and the fronts. These are pretty good. Peace out. One more super out. Love you guys.